In this video, I'm going to be talking about when God gives you the desire to change. And this is the 7th episode of the January series. And we've got one episode left of the series, and then we're going to be moving into February, which is about what the world has normalized. So stay tuned for that. But to hop right into this video, I want to talk about how change begins with a desire. God will put a desire in our heart. He'll convict us so that we know we need to change. And if you're watching this video and you know you need to change, or you know that you're meant to be doing something different, then you have this desire. But for me, when I got the idea of this video, I had this strong conviction come upon my heart, and I want to explain quickly the context of it. And I had seen this video online about praying for conviction, praying for God to show this guy what he needed to change. So I did it. Later that night, I went and I prayed, and I asked God to convict me and to show me what I need to change and what I need to do different. Well, sure enough, a day later, I was in church, and it just hit me. I had this crazy clear mind where I could just see like all the things that I needed to change and all the things that I was doing wrong. And that's when I got the idea. I just want to come on here and talk about the desire to change. And it is a gift from God when we get this desire. God reveals himself to us before he removes the things that we need to change. We become aware of these things before we change, before we become obedient. And people struggle to change because we try and force this certain behavior without changing our heart. We try and change our actions before we change our heart. And we focus on doing better instead of seeing clearly. We focus on our actions specifically instead of our mind. And without the desire to change, when we just try and change just because, it feels heavy and it feels temporary. And real change starts internally in the mind. And if you want to get the desire to change, God creates this desire through prayer and conviction and clarity and the exposure of the spots that we can't see, like our blind spots. And he shows us what we couldn't see on our own. So just pray to God, ask God to convict you, ask him to show you all the things you need to change or do differently, and he will. Just give it time, just be patient, and be open-minded, be looking for things that could be holding back your faith or holding back your growth, or just keep an open eye out for the things that you might need to change. But it's important to know the difference between conviction and shame, because God uses conviction to grow us, but shame is more like condemnation. So conviction is going to pull us closer to God, it's going to bring us hope, and it's going to make obedience feel possible. So it's good, but shame pushes us away from God, it makes us want to hide, and it makes changing feel impossible. Shame is bad, and it's going to push us further away from God, but God uses conviction, which is good, to show us what we need to change and to help us change. And the desire itself produces a couple things, which for me, it produced like the hunger for holiness, which sounds kind of corny, but like I had this strong desire to change and become as much as Christ like I could, like as much as Christ as possible, because I just had like such a clear mind, and I saw all these different things that God was calling me to change, and all these different things which I could see that I was doing, which I couldn't before, and I just really wanted to change it all. And it shifted the way I saw others. It made me less judgmental, more compassionate towards them, wanting to love them and not criticize them, and wanting alignment with God and not perfection. And I also noticed the awareness and the influence that was coming my way, the things that I was consuming, whether that was like music, videos on my phone, my thoughts even. God makes us sensitive to what shapes us, and what we consume affects what we desire. Some things aren't sinful, but they're still distracting from our purpose and our alignment with God. And holiness often starts with discernment and learning these things. have this desire to become more holy, we kind of detach, or we should detach from our worldly identity, meaning our appearance, the way people see us, our confidence, our achievements. God doesn't remove our progress, but he removes our pride. Growth should lead to gratitude. We should be grateful for the growth we've had, grateful for the physique that we've been blessed with, the health that we've been blessed with to be able to build the physique. Or if you got a bike that you're grateful for, be grateful for the job opportunity which paid for the bike, the blessing to get a nice, reliable bike. Be grateful for it, not prideful for it, not thinking you're better because you have it. I want to emphasize how the desire isn't going to be permanent. Like for me, at the beginning of the video when I explained why I got this video idea and what happened to me, the encounter I had it only lasted like an hour. Like the burning desire to change, it only lasted like an hour. Some people it might last longer, but I would say by the time you sleep and wake up again, that is going to be gone. Like the next day, it's going to be gone probably. So I would recommend looking back on it. I didn't do it, but maybe typing in your notes everything you have been, or everything you're being convicted of, type it down so you don't forget, because you will probably forget some of the things. Just write it down. Brainstorm what you're feeling, what you need to change, why, what you're doing right now, what you're seeing is right, and just look back on it when the desire goes away and just take daily action steps to reach whatever you took notes on. The feelings are going to fade eventually, and the fire comes and goes. It'll go away and it'll come back in a couple weeks. And this desire is good though, because that's when the process starts. Your faith is just going to sustain it. God gives us this desire to not to prove that we're holy or to show that we've made it to our destination, but to invite us to a deeper connection with him, to invite us to a deeper faith, to give us the opportunity to change what we're doing wrong. So show our love to him by changing, by doing what is right. The desire to change is just the doorway, it's not the destination. But our responsibility is that God is going to reveal himself and we need to respond. He's going to show us what he wants us to change, what he wants us to do differently. We need to respond by doing those things differently, by doing those things which he said is right, and changing what we're doing wrong. He invites us, but we choose to do them. So change isn't passive. We have to take action on it, and obedience is still required throughout this entire thing. But to conclude this video, this desire is important because it starts the process. It shows us what we need to change and do different. Don't be worried when it fades, because obviously it's not going to last forever, but we need to take action on it while we have that motivation, while we have that desire. Start so that the next day you can continue. And don't rush it. Just take daily steps every day. Rely on God throughout the entire time. And just know that when God gives you the desire to change, he's not asking you for perfection, but he's inviting you closer. He doesn't expect us to be perfect. He knows we're going to fall. He knows we aren't perfect. He just asks you to try your hardest and to become and to deepen your faith with him and rely on him more. So stay tuned for the last video of the series, and then we're going to hop into the February series.